Hey everyone, it's DOS time, and this time around it's a game, well, I had honestly never heard of, and probably would be better off if I hadn't heard of. I don't know, this game's giving me a lot of trouble already. This is actually, like, attempt 2 or, like, 3, really, to get this game played. I messed with it a little bit at first, then tried to do the video, and I recorded most of the video, and, there was a sound problem. I had been working on trying to get the sound better overall because people had, or a couple people had said something about it, and they're like, try this with XSplit, and I'm like, okay. It didn't work for me before, but I'll try it again. Anyway, the silence detection thing. If you're unfamiliar with XSplit, don't worry about it. But anyway, I clicked the silence detection thing, I tried to use it, recorded my video, went back to listen to it, and yeah, it just cuts off commentary constantly and cuts out the background music of the game. So anyway, it's worthless. So we're just going to do it the way I've been doing it, and that seems to work pretty well, and I think you honestly can hear the game sound pretty good. So anyway, this is a, well, this game is, it's a video game. That's about as much as I can say about it. Is it the worst game? No, by any means. It's a very small team developed the game, and it was actually changed into another game later on. I guess it was licensed or bought up or something. I'm not sure on the exact history. The game's rather short, so that'll be kind of an easy way to get into it, and I didn't know that at first because I had really no information on the game at all, because when I searched its first part of its name, nothing came up. It was actually, I had to search the subtitle of the name, and then all of a sudden I finally found info on it. But anyway, enough talk. Been going on for way too long. Anyway, this is Dino Jr. in Canyon Capers. It's not Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City. So yeah, this is this game, and it has one button and one button only for your random control, like your actual action controls, and that is of course spacebar / fire. So actually hitting escape doesn't turn the game off. No, it just basically goes back to this and you start the game again. So, anyway, the goal in the game, which there is no music during the actual levels. The only sound is this. Yeah, Dino Jr. or Dino Jr. I guess. I don't know. He's not a dinosaur, clearly. He looks like more of a crappy Cabbage Patch Kid, but not like deformed like a Garbage Pail Kid, so he's just Derpy McDirtmeyer, the Cabbage Patch doll. And he has to jump around and collect diamonds. At the top of every level, one of the last items you end up collecting is some kind of golden statue idol thing. And that also gives you brief invincibility when you do grab it, so that can actually help you out at some points in the game. There is a total of 4 different worlds in the game, and they are broken up into 5 individual levels with a bonus level in between them. So there's 4 bonus levels as well. Even after you complete the final level of the main game, you still have a bonus level you still have to complete, which is kind of weird. There is actually, apparently, you can play the game on a slightly harder difficulty after beating the game once, but I don't really know if we're gonna have the patience to do so, and I don't know what the ending would be. Yeah, I'm gonna go play another game and play Huckleberry Hound, probably. Because once you play this, it's like, I hear, you know, seeing that they took this exact game and just put something else over it and called it something different. Especially making it a licensed game, and a licensed game of a cartoon character that is not like the top Hanna-Barbera cartoon by any means, but not a, a well-known one, but just not the top of the tier. And to have it be not even get an original game, they just take this game and put him in it. That's as pretty much simple as it can be. There is no story in game, at least, and of course I could not find any other info on the game, so yeah. You don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't. Okay, he got into his brother's drugs and did all of them. Now he's extremely high and going through this fantasy world when in reality he's running through the street in rush hour traffic.
Was he on bath salts?
I guess.
Yeah, sure. Whatever he said. Because I have no idea. And I'm not going to argue at this point. Because this is actually the second time I'm playing this at this point. Point, and click. Adventure games. What?
Aren't some of them like the early Monkey Island games, DOS games?
Yes, a bunch of them are. And I've already beaten them before. So they aren't at the top of my list because they aren't games I've already beaten. I told you that earlier. What?
I wasn't sure if they were DOS games, that's why I was asking.
Yes, they're DOS games, Adam. They're 80s and early 90s or whatever. Early 90s, so yeah, they're definitely DOS. Like, pre-1995 is pretty much guaranteed to be a DOS game. It was actually PC and not like Amiga. Which not many people in America even know what the hell the Amiga is. Unless they, like, looked it up. Darn it. Woo! We beat another level. I also found out that, there's a total of 3 continues, and once you die all 3 continues, you have to start all the way back over again. Like I said, the game is short. There's only 4 worlds, and the first time I attempted the game, I was going fine through it, but I ended up losing too many lives and ended up game overing, just because I thought it was unlimited continues, because there was nothing on screen that indicated that I had only a certain number of continues before I ran out. Like, they didn't say, hey, you have 3 continues left or 3 credits left. It just was like, all of a sudden I got through 3 continues and then he just died and wouldn't get back up anymore. It just said game over at that point. I'm like, oh, I guess I finally killed him. The first world, though, underworld, or the world Cyclopedia world? I don't know. Anyway, that level is a lot easier, of course, than pretty much all the other levels in the game. And I ended up losing my first life here in Seaworld. And no, not Shamu. There's no Shamu involved here. Oh, there. You had to wait about, like, a minute after you die for him to respawn from where he was standing. And that wasn't one that you have 3 lives, and then you have to use a continue, and then, of course, 3 continues, and then you are game overed. And if you are really that desperate to beat this game, you can, of course, start it again, and not game over, I guess. I'm doing terrible now. I'm trying to pay attention, but half the time I'm not. I'm just like running through. What hit me? Literally nothing was near me to kill me. Okay, now I really need to buckle down because I'm already down 2 lives and I'm at this point. There. I beat 1 level of Seaworld. And the final world, Skyworld, is a real pain, so... Like, there's a lot of deaths that happen in that level just because of the... Not just the amount of enemies, but the enemies that are there take up so much space on screen that it's so hard to get around them.
So he decided he's just gonna dub it and he's just gonna splice in footage of Eggman.
No, I'd rather not, because that means I would have to play Eggman Land again. And people are like, what the hell is... Like, for those who didn't play that, Eggman Land is a very, very long the final level of the game for Sonic Unleashed. A game that I can't really recommend. I can recommend about half the game, literally. It's not even because the storyline's terrible. The side character that you're forced to hang with is horrible. Yeah, but it's like if Sonic 06 didn't exist, Sonic Unleashed would not be nearly as good as it is. Sonic Unleashed gets a pass in a lot of ways for bad stuff because it's just everyone can be like, well, at least it's not Sonic 06. They did better this time, right? Because that's just how bad Sonic 06 was. There's just no comparison. It's one of the worst video games ever made. Because they said they were going to beat it, so they, like, part 90 or whatever the hell they're at. I stopped watching a while ago. And just laughs. I don't know why. Darn it, fish! God, that's why it's such a pain in this game. The enemies get, like, attached to you and you just, like, lose all your health. I'm just going up here first because I can get that idol, hopefully, and finish the level. There, I got it. Oh, what Seaworld is this? I didn't even see what one it is. Grab the heart. Grab the idol. Grab this. And actually beat this level without losing another life. There it is. Bonus level 2, we beat Seaworld. Okay, now we're at World 3, which is Canyon World. I'm just going to run over here real quick, grab this and this, wait for him to go by. And then I'm going to stand here, and that's going to wrap up this edition of DOS Time. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.